welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United Direction, the channel for United and football fans all over the world. Today we are talking, our panel today, we're talking about Man United and the actual demise and the demolition in the Manchester derby. Joining me today is Mr. Smile from UK. Okay, welcome to the show.
Cheers, welcome. Thanks for having me.
Right, as you see, I mean, United got destroyed 3-0 at home, a day that Bobby Charlton's homage, where the fans were there to say the final goodbye. The atmosphere, the environment, you would have thought Man United will put in an effort or put in a shift. But we're not disappointed. We're not surprised, but when you saw the whole thing spilling out, you saw the lineup, where were you coming from at that point?
Yeah, to be fair, when I saw the lineup, I thought he might go three at the back and play 3-5-2 because I saw Lindelof, Maguire, and Evans. So I was like, oh, wow, what's going on there? And then I obviously looked at some of the lineups, and then I saw Lindelof was going to play left back. I was like, wow.
Exactly.
It looks like a bit of a mismatch. Knowing that the low can play left back, it was a bit, I don't know, but yeah, when I saw Evans, Maguire, Lindelof, McTominay, yeah, I was like, yeah, we're gonna just try and rough them up and try and nick maybe a set piece, but yeah, I didn't have faith in that.
Especially the penalty. What was your take on that penalty? Soft?
It's soft, but I can see why he gave it. It's lazy defending, isn't it? Like you're trying to, because you don't want to run with the man, you're sort of grabbing his arm, but once he went over to the monitor, you knew he was going to give it. So
yeah, I thought so too. Did United fans compare that to Man United and Arsenal game when Højlund was pulled out? Or yeah, what is it? Is it different, or what's your take on that?
It's similar, but with Højlund and Gabriel both going for the ball. With Højlund, was it Rodri he grabbed?
Yeah, Rodri.
Yeah, Rodri was going away from where he was going. It was a blatant. It was like what
obstruction kind of.
Was it McTominay that did it?
No, Rasmus did it.
No. McTominay did it in the game. Remember when he sort of grabbed the guy? I can't remember what game it was.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, similar to that. And it's just, you think about it, it happens a lot, but they went to the ref, and once you go to the ref and he checks it, so it just killed us. Once that first goal went in, it was like, yeah, damage limitation.
The first half, United seemed to have had a well coping. I think Onana pulled some good saves. I thought he was one of United's standout players on the day. One of the things I reading of what some of the asked the panel what they thought of United's defenders, because there was an opportunity. Remember, just before the half ended, someone made a cutback and Haaland headed that ball, and the spectacular save from Onana.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he saved it and then he's had to, and then someone cleared off the line, Maguire.
Yeah. So I asked Lindelof, I don't know what is wrong with this guy. It's like he's so unaware of what's going on around him. Because that guy should not have been allowed to head the ball back to Foden or Haaland. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know?
You can see what City are going to do. It's just you can't stop it because they've got so many. The thing with City, they've got so many ways of playing. So they'll tease you, bang, 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 and you know what's gonna come, but you can't stop it because they're pulling you left and right. Whereas with us, we're too predictable. Right? We're too predictable, and we're easy to play against. It's so easy to play against. But yeah, like Haaland didn't even have to play well. That's the worst thing about it.
That's right. So the second goal Haaland scored, having a repetitive chance again, ball is cut back. This time he was all by himself. What kind of defending is that supposed to be, mate? Wouldn't you look for where is this guy as a defender?
Our players are too reactionary. They're not proactive. Like Martinez is probably one of the only ones that, and Wan-Bissaka, that will try and take charge of a situation when it comes to something like that. Whereas Maguire, Evans, Lindelof, they're not really, If it's a header in the box and it's like a 50-50, then maybe, but if the ball's coming in and there's no desire to win it. Like Haaland will bash everyone out of the way to win the header, whereas
he was on his own. He was free header. free header. No one challenged him, just straight
On the plate.
on the plate. It's like, how is he by himself? Is this a training? But you see, the thing here, United fans are upset. Or like, who should be responsible for United's poor defending? Is it the manager who set them up that way, or is it the defenders' individually way of thinking? Well, where would you stand on this case?
I think it's a mixture of both. The manager, the players, you've got to take pride in trying to keep a clean sheet, and you've got to set up to make it harder for the opposition, and we don't make it hard for them at all. We huffed and puffed, but it's what always happens with United. Huff and puff, concede, and then we just capitulate. If we don't score first, we just, yeah. So, yeah, I think, to be honest, they didn't play that badly individually, Evans and Maguire, but
I thought they didn't do badly.
Yeah.
I thought most of the problems stated from, okay, there's some parts people are they still don't understand. Why was Amrabat removed, substituted in the first half? Do you understand what happened there?
Do you think it was because of the yellow card, maybe?
Well, I mean, what did you let the guy play second half?
Has he come out? Did he come out and say why he took him off?
No, he didn't come out second half. He didn't come out second half at all. He just shut down. And they brought on Mount. But I couldn't find Mount in the game.
It just didn't. Some of the substitutions don't make sense in the lineups. Whereas his first season, he made a living off making subs that'll change the game.
Yes.
And now he's getting found out. It's like we roll our luck a lot. Whereas now we haven't really we've got plan A, and if we ain't got plan A, it's like, cool, let's have a gamble and see if we can just throw anything in and see what happens.
Okay. Another question now, the fans want to know. What was the point in Ten Hag bringing in Martial and Anthony 4 minutes to go?
I mean, it's just to give him a run out, but it's no point.
No, but what impact are they going to make against the City side in 4 minutes?
They're not going to do anything in that time. I mean, it's just to keep them feeling like they're involved. But who wants to come on at that time when you're losing like that against City?
3-0, Millibell at 86 minutes, and that's the only time Rashford comes off. So why is Rashford still playing so consistently, so badly? Where do you stand with Rashford now, bro? Where do you stand with Rashford?
I think he's become the scapegoat, the fall guy, because he did so well last season. It's almost become, he did it last season, and it's typical when it's like what they said with Pogba. Once they sign a new contract, that's the easy thing to say. Oh, they've got a new contract, but we've not been playing well all season, so you can't just say it's because of his contract. I can't name one player in this team that's played well this season, and I think they were saying Casemiro's our top goal scorer in the Premier League. I think Rashford's the only person in our forward line that scored in the Premier League.
Exactly, which is.
Well, I think
and he's not even scored 2 yet.
Exactly. That says how bad we are. And I think he plays Rashford because if he didn't play Rashford, people will complain. And I can't see.
Do you think his hands are tied in the case of Rashford and Bruno?
Yeah, yes. He's made Bruno the captain now. Rashford signed a big deal contract. He's almost. It's like what we always say: the team picks itself. There's no real competition for place in most positions, so it's come back to bite him now.
But if Rashford is not performing after 65 minutes, bring in Garnacho, take off Bruno, bring someone else in. I mean, why wait till the 85th? My thing here is this. I don't get what you want Martial and Anthony to do in 86 minutes against a flamboyant, vibrant City side. I don't know what miracle they're expecting. Just hoop for long ball in. This is not Brentford. This is Man City. You're not even. I'm surprised those guys even got a touch of the ball in 4 minutes. So I don't know what he was expecting them to do. Why bring up Rashford so late? Is it rich? People are asking us do you know if Rashford has a contract where he can't be taken off 8? Is that possible? that a player will have a contract written that I can't be substituted before 80-something minutes? Is that possible?
No, I don't think that's his contract. So
that's the rumor going around, because that's when there's only time they see Ten Hag taking him off.
It seems like he always takes off Højlund around 60 odd minutes.
Why? Why take off Rasmus, who
because he's a youngster and he's not established. I think he'll get more criticism from taking off Rashford than he would Højlund. You know what it is when the managers, it's like there's always the easy person you can go, oh, I'll take him off and sub him because he won't say much and no one will really say anything. I think that's what happens with Højlund. He's new, he's young, he's not established. If I take him off, he might be upset, but he's not really going to make a fuss. Whereas if I take someone off like Rashford or someone else, his agent might say something.
But where that's about individual players. What about the teams? The team, we're thinking about the team now. All right, pull off Rasmus, leave Rashford on. Who's going to get a chance? Who's going to score more goals? Okay, move Rashford to the centre forward. He couldn't score on the left. Is he not going to score in the middle? I don't think so. Not against City. We're welcoming Ken, representing UK. Ken, welcome to the show. Mr. Fortress, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
Not bad. The soul man Joe made a cut of video for you, which I'll send to the chat for you on Sunday about the home my Old Trafford fortress. I'll send it to you soon. It was fun.
Boy, it is what it is, I guess. What can you say? I mean, we just have to accept where we are. It is what it is. Yeah.
So me and Kay were just saying, why? Someone said, I asked you guys this question. What was Anthony and Marshall supposed to do in 4 minutes?
I don't know, man. It's like at the moment we're just a graveyard for talents, whether it's players, whether it's managers, anything that comes to Man United dies. That's how it is at the moment. You got Anthony in the Champions League. Everyone was like, when he was at Ajax, we all wanted him to come to United. He comes to United in his pants. All these players, who else? Casemiro, first season great, second season done. Managers come to Man United and die. I don't know. We're just at the moment, we're just a graveyard. Yeah. To answer your question, 4 minutes. Again, you have to question the manager. I mean, there are decisions. We have to call a spade a spade. We have to criticize when it's due. And the manager got it woefully wrong on Sunday. Some of the decisions were shocking. Taking off Amrabat at halftime, not playing Varane, not playing a left back.
When Regulon was available, I didn't get that.
I don't know. It's almost as if these managers, we were all, excited about Ten Hag. People were saying, "Oh, if we didn't get him, he would have gone to City." He was primed and prepared to replace Pep at Man City. And then he comes to Man United, where he's not even playing the Ajax football that we all respected him for. He's playing the same football as Oli, and worse at it. At least with Oli, Oli, he had. People were saying Oli didn't have a style of play. Oli had a style of play. His style of play was counter-attack. But have your 2 cents DMs and then hit teams on the break. It didn't always work, and at times it wasn't pretty. But that was his style of play. But with this guy, I don't know what he's trying to do. But having said that, we can't sack him because we'll end up in the same position. So we just have to accept the L. It is what it is, Just see if it changes, and then let's see what the takeover situation does, and then we can make a decision then. But right now, we just have to realize that we're moving towards Aston Villa territory. Remember when Aston Villa used to win the Champions League, the likes of Nottingham Forest and those ancient teams that used to win Champions Leagues and win leagues back in the day. We're
in the 80s,
that territory. The only thing that will save us is the money we have. Because we generate so much money, we can still, we'll be there or thereabouts, pushing for Champions League and things like that. But it's dreadful at the moment.
So that destruction on Sunday, Kay, who would you hold accountable, the players or the manager? Who would you say, you know what, they are responsible?
I mean, it's both, innit? The manager set them up wrong and the players aren't good enough. Right. you can see that the players know they're inferior. They're not that. If you went in that dressing room and asked the players, do you believe you can beat City? The way we played this season, none of them are going to believe it. Like last season, we had games where we were obviously doing well at home, the record, whereas this season, the only good performance we've played in was the Palace game, and that was a cup game. So, and that was against their second string. So, yeah, like
Wow.
they can't put in a performance against Palace, Wolves, Forest, Brentford.
Sheffield United, Brentford. The Brentford comeback.
Who can you put in? Like you can't expect them to do that against City. So I wasn't shocked, to be honest, but they just look very low, and the confidence just seems like an all-time low. So it's sad because normally when people are going through a bad patch, there's other players that are doing all right. Whereas this season,
is it the whole team?
Yeah, Rashford was going through a good patch when the other players weren't. Whereas this season, he's going through a bad patch, and no one's coming to save us. So it's just sad, really.
Ken, who would you personally hold responsible for the demolition about the derby demolition on Sunday? The players or Ten Hag?
Yeah, if we're looking at the game on Sunday, sorry, it has to be. I think it's 50-50.
Right.
Yeah, because actually I say 50. I'll probably say 64 to 60, 60% Ten Hag's fault, 40% the players. Because in the first half, if you take away that penalty, we weren't great, and City weren't great either. But at least we had chances, right?
Right.
Why take off Amrabat? Like, why take him off? Do you know what I mean? It's not like he was injured. He took him off, and I can tell you why he did that. He took him off early because he thought, you know what, let's go for it. But when you're playing City and you realize that you're not, you don't have the same caliber of players as they do, you have to keep it tight. When you're playing big teams like this, you have to do what Oli does for a few moments and just keep it tight and soak up the pressure. If you lose 1-0, then fair enough. If you lose 2-0, it's not bad. But when you start, it could have been 7. If it wasn't for Nana, it could have been.
Yeah, you're very right.
Yeah.
Or Nana made some heroics, mate.
Yeah, it would have been. We would have been looking at cricket scorelines, and I'm just fed up of football at the moment. I'm watching rugby and I'm getting so much excitement. Players are coming in, grafting, bleeding. The Rugby World Cup final, people are bleeding, coming out bleeding, and still getting upset because they have to come off because they're bleeding, but they still want to play on.
Right.
And you have these players, the passion, the desire, the application. You got people like Rashford walking around the pitch, Bruno throwing his arms up, and yeah. So to answer your question, Ten Hag got it woefully wrong. Not taking on Rashford, playing Bruno out of position. Even if he played Amrabat, Eriksen, and Bruno, Bruno can play in that CDM position. Yes, it's not his best position, but he'll do a better job than even if you put Scott McTominay, what's his name? Scott McTominay, Amrabat, and Bruno as a solid 3. And just say, guy, just sit in front of the back 4 and protect the back 4. You paid 60 million for Mason Mount. You gave him the most iconic shirt, number 7, and you don't play him. You got what's his name?
Does he know where to play though?
I don't even know. I don't know. That signing is pointless for me. Pointless. You got Anthony, 85 million, biggest game of the season, is not playing. So yeah, the managers.
He came in 4 minutes.
Yeah, he came in 4 minutes. I mean, came in and slapping someone's hands off and all that nonsense. But Ten Hag needs to fix up, or he's actually going to fall on his sword, because if you keep playing playing Rashford and Bruno and all these players that you keep, giving favourite to or making favourites, then eventually you're going to get sacked.
Wow. So is it clear to say, or is it too early to say, the Mason Mount project has failed? Okay, has it failed, or is failing, or can it be revived?
I think the main thing was all about getting a British player in, trying to get shirt sales up, drive interest with the 7. Like Mason Mount's not a player you bring in to revolutionize the team. He's an added piece to make a team better, but he's not a player that's gonna come in and like demolish teams on his own. He's not, yeah. So the signing, like, it still doesn't make sense. It feels like the Ole signing of Sancho. You brought him in, you don't even know how to use him. Like, you're not using it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Like, I don't know. It just feels like, yeah, you got Anthony, you got Mate, these big signings on big transfers, and you're not playing them. Like, what was the point? It feels like he doesn't know. I don't think he knows his best team.
That's the problem. That is the worrying part of it.
Yeah, but
If he
the
knows
thing
his
is,
best team.
if fans know the team that you're playing City at home, okay, fair enough. We know our record. We haven't played well all season. We've nicked results left, right, and centre. All the games we've won, we've more or less nicked. We haven't deserved to win any game this season. And then you're playing City with the best team in Europe at the moment, treble winners, and then you go and open up in the second half. Like, what were you thinking having Scott McTominay and Eriksen? And the thing is, when he should be playing Eriksen, he doesn't play him. Like
Exactly.
Copenhagen, we needed someone that can, they're always going to sit back. They're not the best team in the Champions League. And then he plays Amrabat and someone. You got people. Another point, guys, as well, is you got people like Kobe Mainoo was on the bench. Why didn't he come on? You got Hannibal. What has Hannibal done wrong?
A lot of people question that where I was watching the game. Like, what has Hannibal done wrong not to even get called up anymore?
It's not like we're playing well. If we're playing well with the big players, you could go, okay, yeah, but we're not doing well. He needs to, right. I want to see from tomorrow, he needs to start playing Hannibal, at least in the League Cup game. He needs to drop Rashford, play what's his name, Garnacho, or Martial. Just do something different. Yeah.
So, Kay, you've said like the Mason Mount. I don't think Mason Mount actually even knows where his role is in this team, because when he comes on, he seems lost. He seems completely disappeared from the game. Because when he came on Sunday, I couldn't see him. I didn't see him. I was looking for number 7. I don't know where he was. Whether it was on the right, I don't know what he did. It seemed like we're playing 10 players.
The biggest problem with Mate is him and Bruno want to do the same thing. So having both of them in the same team, yeah, it's not gonna work. Like, especially the way we're playing, they both want to be in the high up the pitch. Both want the balls in similar areas, and the balance isn't right. Right, it just feels like I don't know what Ten Hag was thinking when he said I'm signing Mate. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I thought
British
he knew
player, number 7, iconic number.
Well, I believe that he knew how he was going to use him. It doesn't look like he knows what he's going to do with him.
If he knew how he was going to use him, why is he not using him the way he visioned it?
I think there's this thing. I think it was an interview in pre-season when he said he wants Man United to be the best transitioning team.
Yes.
Or transition team in the Premier League, which means that you win the ball up high up, press, get the ball, and then score. And I can see why he got Mount to do that, but he didn't think. I think he thought, oh, Bruno can play on the right, but that hasn't worked. It's not working. He just looks very average on the right. So
Bruno's not going to go down the wing and cross a ball in. His crosses are always more erratic. They're more like reactional crosses. All right, let me send it him. Hopefully he catches it. He's not the guy he's not a Pogba who's gonna look like, okay, he'll make that move because I know he's gonna make that move. There's no chemistry of who Bruno is trying to actually find most of the time. He makes.
And to your point, Tim, there's something that you always say: we don't cross the ball.
No,
we don't cross the ball.
No,
look. We conceded 3 goals on Saturday.
Yeah,
all 3 goals came from crosses.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
The free kick for the penalty. Yeah, the free kick for the penalty, the second goal, and the third goal. Yes, it was all. It
would be nice
crosses.
if we could do that. It would be nice because I told Kay, I said, and he said, had Onana not been at his best, it could have been a cricket score. Because remember, Haaland had a similar chance before the end of the first half. Onana acrobatically saved it. He had the second chance. The second chance, He was not. He was by himself this time.
Yeah.
No one close. So I'm like, where are the defenders? You
Where are
see
the
the guy
defenders?
going down the bar line. What was the guy named? Bernardo.
Yeah, Silva. Yeah, but
He
yeah,
was gonna
Bernardo
cut the
Silva
ball back, but they're all running towards him
towards him.
and not looking at
But
where anyone else is.
same play. This has been the case since Oli. Remember the Europa League? It was a semi-final where we
Oh,
lost
boy.
through crosses. It's like we can't
Yeah.
cross, but we're
Yeah.
conceding through crosses. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, I don't know.
So you're thinking like, do these guys are they showed these videos? I don't know what they're doing, playing training like, okay, next time I don't know what they do. I'm beginning to worry like, is it the players who are too thick to comprehend, or is it the manager who doesn't tell them exactly what to do to correct mistakes? Okay, are these players too thick?
I just don't. I think Ten Hag's overcomplicating things for the players. It's like remember when the players got the ball in certain areas when Oli was in the final third, they didn't know what to do. It feels like it's like that again. Like when we've not got the ball, this is what I want you to do. When it's 0-0, it's fine. But as soon as we concede, we've got to come out of our shape a bit to try and get back in the game. Yeah, it just feels like if we concede, we're struggling. But if we go 1-0 up, we can hit teams on the break. So it's not the football I want to see at United. I'll be honest with you. Right? It's like what the teams that used to play when they got promoted from the Championship used to do. Nick a goal and hang on. We shouldn't be playing that. It's not good enough.
Yeah. So, like you said, the beautiful crosses from City or cutbacks. Somebody there, no one. United defense not anticipating. What are the lessons learned here? Are there any lessons from this United team? Are they even
I mean,
learning?
the lessons. Yeah, there are big lessons. The big lessons learned from Sunday's debacle is to drop players. Is to realize that Bruno's not a captain, But I look around. Who else can you give it to? So maybe he hangs on to it, but he does not have. He shouldn't have the God-given right to play every single game and stay on for 90 minutes.
Exactly.
Rashford, the same thing. Let's mix it up. Let's bring in Martial. I'm not a big Martial fan, but at least let's try. Do you know what I mean? Let's let Martial play on the left.
On the left.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's bring in what's his name? The Colombia guy.
Garnacho? No, not
Balestri. He's not the answer, but let's try something else. All these Anthony's and especially Rashford and Bruno. So those are the big lessons. If Ten Hag wants to keep this job, and this is a long-term project, right? Because let's not forget, if you look at the big picture, look at Arsenal. Arteta was in the same position where he was finishing 8th, 7th, 8th, and the fans were calling for his head. He was making weird decisions as well, like Ten Hag's doing now. We need to see what we can't do is bring in a new manager. Right, because that new manager would not be watching Man United. It's not like we buy managers that think, okay, I've been following Man United. I know Rashford's not good enough. They're gonna come, and you know what's gonna happen? Rashford's gonna put in a blinder in pre-season for that new manager, banging a ton of goals in pre-season. He's gonna start maybe get first game of the season, banging a hat-trick. Bruno 4 assists, and the new manager will go, yeah, these are my first team players. Second season it goes, so it's the same thing. The new manager probably won't want Onana. He probably won't want Onana. He might think Onana's not good enough. So we have to then buy another goalkeeper. That's what. So the big lessons to answer your question is to start making changes. Bring in Kobe Mainu. Bring in Hannibal. Play. Let's see. Okay, if you want to go with the senior players, let's see Amrabat and Casemiro together for big games, and Bruno as a 10. Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno as a 10. That midfield, let's see that and see what put start Garnacho on the left, or Martial on the left, Balestri on the right, and for goodness sake, stop subbing off Højlund. Leave him on.
I don't get that point.
As soon as he came off, City were like, all the City centre backs were like a Christmas party. They were all coming forward because when he was there, he was occupying them, trying to hold up the ball because they know he's fast and he's physical. It gives them something to think about. But as soon as he came off, it was just passing Martial.
And they moved Rashford to the centre. Really?
Joke.
So, as it stands, that game, we put that one to the side. We got demolished, destroyed, obliterated. It is what it is. It could have been worse. 3-0. I don't think any United fan expected us to beat City, but we did expect a fight. We did expect energy. We did expect at least putting in effort. If these guys said this is the effort they could put in, I don't know what to say. I don't think that was an effort. I just think these guys are a bunch of cowards and they're just weak. That's all I can see from the 90 minutes they put on that pitch. Rashford's coming up before Rasmus. That is ridiculous. Martial and Anthony, 86 minute substitution to do what exactly? Against a City side? No. They're not just going to let this two. This is not Brentford. Come on. So I do question Ten Hag. This is the only time I begin to question, like, okay, bro, what's up here? Is his hands tied? Is he being forced to make these? I heard during the week, the Glazers are asking, why is Mason Mount not being played? Because he's supposed, and why is his shirt sale so low? I'm thinking, really, bro? But this is Manchester United. Like Van Gaal said, we are a commercial club. We are thinking of the money. And remember, these guys didn't pull any dividends this time because there's no dividends to pull. So they're a bit pissed that there's no money to pull out this time around because there's no money there. The club, the money that the club is using is the money generated by the club, not they put in. So we are in a tight spot. We have Newcastle tomorrow. I don't know how their setup is going to be. They are trying to stay longer in the Champions League. So there's a chance. I think they've had some few injuries. There's a chance they're going to play a weekend side tomorrow. Okay.
They'll still look good though.
They'll still look good because they're better organized.
They've got a style of play, and they've got players that fight. Our players just don't seem like they're going to fight, you know.
Even though it's at Old Trafford, these days, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter.
These guys will embarrass you home and away.
Yeah, you get people like Longstaff, Joelinton bullying our players tomorrow. I can guarantee it.
What do you expect from that?
Even the right back. Watch out for that right back. What's his name again?
Yeah, he puts his
Trippier won't play. It's the other one. No, the one that from the he'll be rested. They signed him from Southampton.
Oh,
he's very good. He'll cause us a lot of problems tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do you expect tomorrow?
He was man of the match last. Yeah, he's man of the match last game.
Okay, do you expect to win tomorrow?
I don't even know what team Ten Hag will play. Will he play like? Will he put our best teammate? I don't know. I think
they want to revenge the cup final. They want to revenge.
If it goes to draw at 90 minutes, it's penalties, isn't it?
Penalties, yeah.
I think we'll try and nick a win or hold on for a penalty shooter. I can see that happening. But I can't see us battering Newcastle. I can't see it. I can't see us beating them.
We couldn't even batter Sheffield United.
Exactly. And they're a physical full team as well. So set pieces.
They're really good at set pieces.
Yeah. The guy's name is Tina Livramento.
Oh yeah, Livramento.
Yeah, very.
No, he's quite good.
Very.
Ken, what do you expect tomorrow?
I don't know. It's the answer. I can't call any Man United games. It's not
even at Old Trafford.
I'm always positive. I try to be positive, but there's not. I can't. We can lose or we can. Yeah. Even if we win, it won't be convincing. It will be one of those ones that you're like. So after Sunday, I'm gonna be watching United, just thinking, like over the last 5, 6 years, 7 years, I'm watching that and I'm screaming at it. What are you doing? Pass the ball. My wife's going, yeah. You watching the game again? Why are you she keeps asking me, why are you doing this to yourself? What's the point? So
when you expect less, you don't get disappointed anymore.
Exactly.
I used to be like upset, not wanting to eat, because these guys would jump into the Lamborghinis, go to the mansions. They don't care.
They don't care. So I don't know. Momentum's really down. In front of Sir Bobby, we had all the legends yesterday. Again, people we played with, people we played against. Even with all that, we still got embarrassed at home. The whole world was watching. So if they can't do it on that night, what are they going to do tomorrow? I don't know. The
Exactly.
only way it'll work is if he plays Rashford and Bruno again, then boy, we're gonna lose. If he doesn't do that and he brings in Garnacho, he brings in Kobe Meno, he brings in Hannibal, then we'll put up a fight. But I can't tell you whether we're gonna win or not. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Then we go Fulham away on Saturday. That's not going to be another. That's not going to be an easy game. Fulham is not Brentford, and they're not Sheffield United.
We always struggle against Fulham. Apart from that year when I think Mourinho battered them. We always struggle against Fulham.
Yep. Last season it was a last-minute goal from Garnacho, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 And is it Jimenez they've got? Have they got Jimenez from Wolves?
Oh, damn.
I think yes, they do. They do,
Yeah.
and they've got that solid DM that Bayern Munich wanted to buy.
Paulino.
Paulinho,
Yeah.
So
And Pereira
know,
as well,
man.
set pieces.
Yep. And they got Willian. Did Willian
Oh,
stay?
yeah.
Or did
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Willian.
Yeah, the ex-Chelsea guy, the Brazilian.
Yep.
And the guy who used to play for us, what's his name?
Pereira.
Pereira.
Yeah, Pereira.
Yeah, I mean,
He's done well for them.
he's done well. I can see a draw. I can't see 3 points, I see a draw. I
Yeah,
see
but
2-2.
that will go to penalties. Yeah, extra time penalties. And if we lose, then boy, if we lose that game and Ten Hag plays Rashford and Bruno, yeah, and he doesn't sub them off, he is in big trouble, because all it takes is for the fans to turn, and once the fans turn, you're done. It's just a matter of time, because they'll start booing every time we concede. There'll be a boo. You get booed at halftime. You get booed at full time.
And these guys are so fragile. They can't handle that.
Yeah. Eventually, the board will have to make a decision.
And Ten Hag will be fired. So, okay, you don't expect much against Newcastle. You're not expecting much against Fulham, right?
I see us getting more from Fulham than Newcastle, even though it's the Carabao Cup.
Right.
It's the physicality of Newcastle. You're in a game when you play Newcastle. Whereas Fulham, they're not really doing that well. They're conceding. We can always, and they're away. I think we've got more chance away because there's less pressure on us. The teams have to come out. Because Fulham need points. I don't think they've got many points in the league, so they don't have to come out and try and play. Whereas in the Carabao Cup, pressure's on. We're at home. Pressure's on us. So.
And this was Newcastle who knocked out Man City in the Carabao Cup.
This is a good chance for them to get silverware.
The thing about Man United at the moment as well is the fact that because we're so bad, we're making players look good, like players like Luke Shaw. Everyone's saying, oh, if Luke Shaw comes back, if Luke Shaw was there, but Luke Shaw is not the answer. People are saying Wan-Bissaka is not. Is Wan-Bissaka really? If you compare Wan-Bissaka to Ashraf Hakimi for PSG, that's the level of fullback we need to be looking at. People are saying, oh, if Varane's old, it's getting on. Casemiro is over 31, so yeah. Maguire, everyone's saying, oh, Maguire. Maguire was supposed to be sold. What's his name? McTominay. Oh, McTominay's. He's not supposed to be here. These players are not Johnny Evans. It's just
well, I'm not scraping the barrel there, mate.
They played well. It's it's not good.
But I thought Maguire put in a good shift on Sunday.
He tried, to be honest.
I thought himself, Onana, Evans. I have the back line. I thought Lindelof was the weakest link there. He was horrible.
Shocking. That save you talked about where Onana made, that was a crossfield ball that went over his head.
Yeah.
You're picking up what's his name? Walker. Dude, that's the man you're supposed to be marking. Yeah. You let the ball go over. He ran and got the ball, crossed it, and Haaland, that would have been a goal.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, do you think it's like, bro? That's what I said. I think these guys, some of them are too thick to comprehend, and like I said, maybe the instructions are too complicated for them to understand what is asked of them. Because I don't think if these players are under Pep, they probably would not even make it. Because Pep, he probably is more complicated than Ten Hag from what he wants from them. As in change from plan B, okay, this is not happening, switch to this. These guys can't even switch from A to A and A half, let alone plan B. They have no understanding of the game. Rashford on Sunday it was woeful. But till the 85th, you pull him off. Why? like I said earlier, I think Erik Ten Hag is holding a grenade, he's pulled the pin, he's still holding the grenade, he's already pulled the pin out. When he opens that hand, he needs to drop it. If not, he's going off with the bomb. It's that simple, mate. And what he did on Sunday was unacceptable. I'm sorry. I would personally hold him and the players accountable because they were a disgrace. It was terrible. No. So, guys, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I was just going to say, have you seen the thing about Rashford going out for his birthday after the defeat?
Oh,
you see what I mean? This is an example of they don't care.
Yeah.
So what was the media saying?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with going out for your birthday, but it's keep it low key. Like if you won the game, then do it. But if you're smart, you would realize, you know what? Oh, we're gonna have to call your friend. We're gonna have to keep it low because boy, today wasn't good.
Yeah.
That's what anyone.
So
would do,
how big was his party?
He went to a nightclub in Manchester, China White. So I think
I heard of that place.
The public. They still used to have one in London.
Yeah, China White. Yeah, back in West End.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
They don't care. Obviously, it's always a story, isn't it? You've lost in a derby, and you're going.
You're sipping champagne.
Yeah, it's just. Like,
you remember when he crashed his Rolls Royce? He bought another one not too long after.
Yeah, he's on 400 grand a week. He played for that contract. I was listening to one of the fan camps, one of the other channels, and one guy said something, and I really resonate with him. He said, if Martial didn't get injured, at the time he did, Rashford would not have made it at Man United because
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
And LVG was LVG was very good at just going. He would just, like now when we don't have a left back, he would have just gone to the academy and got a left. That's what he does. Remember Tyler Blackett when he picked him up, and even what's his name, the left back that's at Ipswich now on loan.
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
All those players, he just goes to the academy, and that's where he got Rashford. Rashford would not have made it at Man United. He's not good. What does he do? Does he have skill? Can he cross? Nothing. So we just have to ride it. You just have to think that we're Villa now. Same as Villa.
I think as United fans, I think some of us have come to the realization not to expect too much, because at the end of the day, when you expect too much from this team, they will embarrass you at home. They will embarrass you away.
Yep.
So when you lower your expectations, you don't get disappointed anymore.
Yep.
So I mean,
and
we are not the team to fight the league title. It's not this team.
I'm the guy that I need to, whether I'm at church or somewhere, I need to rush. I need to come back. United are playing. United are playing. Oh, I need to get the kids to bed on time so I can.
Mate,
I'm not
doing that anymore. Me. It's most Man United fans. People put their family life on hold for Man United, and for what? When the players
anymore, no way.
When the players who play for the club, which is like going to work, don't care, why should we care? You think about it. I wanted that stadium to empty, as in empty, by the first goal went in. The few people went out when there were too few that left. I wanted it to be empty so they could know how shameless they are. But United fans still they're expecting, maybe we're going to do a Brentford. Really? Against City? No. And did you see the City celebration at the end? They went to the fans. They stood there for 10 minutes in front of the and that was the only time the stadium looked empty.
Singing as well. They were singing a big song after the third goal went there as well.
How embarrassing, mate. It's an embarrassing. But it's obvious these guys have no shame. When you have shame, you feel it. But when you don't have shame, you go to a nightclub and party the same day, like, I'm just going to pop champagne. Mate, it's another day, another game. We'll rectify it next week. We move on. Yeah. No, we don't move on. Because it still resonates with fans. It still resonates through the whole week till the next game.
Yeah. So I've got a question. My question is, where do we go from here? Where do we go? Do we just accept this is where we are? Because obviously it looks like the Qatar stuff. The good news is that Jim Ratcliffe's thing hasn't been confirmed. So I'm still clinging on to hope. But if that gets confirmed, then I don't know. But question: where do we go from here?
I think. No, go Kay. You go, Kay.
Well, I'm saying all this talk that they're saying rumors that Radcliffe and Burstow, they're gonna take control of the sporting side. That's gonna apparently there's a lot of staff at United that are worried for their jobs, not just like Myrtle and Arnold, like other stuff. So that's gonna it's yeah, it just feels like around the clubs, everything's just toxic and negative, and I think everyone's worried, and it's just yeah, I don't know. Like if you're gonna change something, change it before the season starts. Doing all this changing during the season, it's gonna
Exactly.
all this talk of Paul Mitchell. Maybe I don't think we're gonna get Paul Mitchell personally. Like, and the thing is, if the sport director doesn't align with the manager, there's no point. And we haven't got the money either, so it doesn't matter who we get. We spent so much money. I think they said is it 370 million pounds in arrears in transfers?
Yeah.
We owe 370 in transfers to clubs. And FFP, at the moment, FFP is quite tight. So I don't think we're going to, if we get anyone in January, it'll be like a loan, unless we sell someone. So yeah, I can't see it changing this season. I think we can forget Champions League season. Yeah, it's not going to be good.
In answer to Ken's question, where do we go next? I think where the club is going further down. I think mid-table is. I think we are a team that is from third down, not in fact fourth down. From the fourth is the fourth to mid-tables. That's where United should be. Is where we are. Villa are better than us. Newcastle are better than us. Spurs are definitely also better than us. I know it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I'm trying. United fans are holding on to it could turn. It can only turn if the players want it to turn. But the players don't show enough passion and
even Brighton are better than us.
Energy is not there.
Brighton came to Old Trafford and embarrassed us.
It's almost what I mean. Liverpool are still going to come. Arsenal are still coming. Spurs are still going to come.
I think we've got Liverpool in about 3 weeks as well. At Anfield.
Don't hold your breath, mate. And you see the way Salah is playing at the moment? Salah is not only just scoring, he's creating.
Right.
We don't see that from United
We
players.
don't. Have you seen? There was a stat, where there was 0. All our forwards had 0, 0, 0, 0 assists, 0 goals, 0.
One pass Liverpool made for Salah on Saturday. The guy on the left wing sent a long ball, and Salah was already there running onto the ball. It's like
Tim,
they already
good,
knew.
Man. I didn't watch Match of the Day. After that game, I switched off football.
It's literally sad. So I don't know where they're going, but they're not going forward. They're going backwards. They're fighting. It's like they're fighting for survival. They're fighting to stay in the Champions League. They're fighting to beat teams that they should be beaten. It's like everything they're having to overwork hard.
Yeah.
When they're overworking, it's like games that should not be that difficult. They make it difficult. Then the harder games, they can't win. I can't see them beating Liverpool, Old Trafford or not. The fans will be up for it, but the players, like you said, Kate, they're not mentally, they're scared. I think most of them are scared.
Tim, let's put this into perspective. We've played the 2 bottom teams in the league, Burnley and Sheffield United, and we made them look. We just about won those 2. These are the 2 bottom teams in the league.
Yeah. Everyone's stroking.
This is it. This is where our level is. So I heard Ten Hag on the press conference on Friday. Oh, City is only 6 points ahead of us. It's now 9 points, bro. Yeah.
You know what he said?
He's trying to say that the league anything can happen in the Premier League. Because City, remember, they lost 3 games in a row.
But he's trying to put a positive spin on it. He knows the levels, the gaps. Can we go on a 14-game winning streak?
Not this team. No. Only if you're going to be playing teams like, even if you're going to play Bournemouth, Bournemouth, Forest for 14 games, they're still going to screw up about 7 of those games. Watch, because the selection is poor. Some of the players like Rashford, that guy is struggling. You can't play an off-form player into form. Take him out of the firing line. Bring him on as a sub. Start Marcel on the left.
Keep playing him. Yeah, he said he would keep playing him until
the guy's going to just get humiliated more and more, and his confidence is dropping. He had the one chance. He had one chance. Missed. One chance. The one he chested down and missed.
Yeah.
One chance.
Didn't even hit the target.
Nope. Completely off. So this club is going backwards, honestly. Is it Ten Hag's fault? 40%. 60% the players. That's why
the Sancho saga's not making it worse. He can't go in the kids' changing rooms because he's a
Oh, he's laughing now. He's sitting there thinking, see what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's just a mess. It's a mess. And no club's going to take him in January unless we pay more than half his wages. So it's just
350 a
another,
week, mate. 350 a week.
yeah. So it's just another mess.
Who's
That's
gonna pay?
hanging
Who's gonna
over the
pay
club.
that? Look, when I saw Jude Bellingham, he must be laughing that he's not part. Because remember, they
Oh,
gave him a
he's
tour of the club. He was
yep.
shown
He's
the
a
trophy room. You could win a league
Well,
title like
Trent, you
Roy
know
Keane.
why he didn't come? United said they're not going to guarantee him first team football.
Oh,
Apparently,
his advisors are solid though. If you look at the
yeah,
path, the
yeah.
way he's gone, he back Dortmund, perfect move, and it now from to Real Madrid. You know
It
that
would have ruined him at
Dortmund is
United. It would
if
have
you
ruined
wanna
him.
if you wanna like a young player. If I've got a son now that wants to play football and he's very good. As much as I'm a Man United fan, he's not going to Man United. He's going to Dortmund because Dortmund would develop you and build you up like Haaland, like Sancho went on his day, like Bellingham, and then you move on to bigger and better things. Look at even Lewandowski as well went to Dortmund when he was starting.
yeah, yeah.
United are just dead. They're just dead. You know,
It's sad.
finished.
We could feel this pain because the pain doesn't go away. Like I said, we as fans suffer the most, not the players.
Yeah,
The players,
last
to them, it's a
last
job.
season 7-0. We're still recovering from the 7-0
I know that.
and the 2-0 embarrassment at home to see, and then before that it was only 5-0 at Old Trafford,
Yeah,
Liverpool.
yeah.
Every season
That
we're
that that
getting
that 5-0
That's
like
coming
Old
this season.
Trafford by Liverpool,
That's
we
coming
were
this
yeah
4-0
season.
down at half time. We were 4-0 down at half time.
yeah
And Klopp actually told them, easy
just
down.
used
It's
to
okay.
ease off. Yeah. Mm.
I mean, well, this is levels we are. This 7-0 last season was bad enough, mate.
Disgusting.
And don't
But
forget the same Ten Hag, we lost 6-2 at City away. Remember?
yeah, yeah, it is. The difference is now we're not going to go to the Etihad and win this season. No, it's going to be a
No chance.
6-pointer.
No
And don't
chance.
forget, they beat us in the FA Cup as well.
Yep. We helped them get the treble.
Oh
My
yeah,
goodness.
we could. You see how weak we
Uh,
are. You have a title, you have a crown, and your closest neighbors want that crown, and you don't put a fight to stop them. You at least Inter Milan gave a fight. These guys didn't give a fight. We didn't give a fight. At least Inter Milan put
even
up a fight.
young boys in the Champions League on Tuesday, was it Tuesday and Wednesday last week? It was 1-1 for like till the 80th minute or something
Wow.
against young boys. They grafted young boys, some young boys. Yeah,
Some
City
young
scored.
boys, some
Yeah,
really
City
young
scored.
boys.
Yeah, they scored 2 goals. City scored 2 goals in 10 minutes. To win the game. If that was United, it would be 5-0 down. Look at Liverpool. When Liverpool went down to 10 men, they almost
Yeah.
got a draw out. If it wasn't for the own goal from Matip in the last
Mm,
minute of the
mm,
game,
mm.
they would have got a draw, and they were down to 10 men for about 46 to 50 minutes. Can you
Do
imagine
you guys?
United going? Can you imagine United going 1-0, going down to 10 men with 60 minutes?
Oh,
You
please.
look at 8-0.
These guys are so weak-minded. They're,
8-0.
they're cowards. They're cowards. Do you guys notice the difference between Liverpool season last and this season? You see the difference? How they
Yeah.
are ascending.
Yep. Yep.
That team, this Liverpool team, don't be surprised if they start challenging. If they're going to challenge for the title this season. I won't be
Of course.
surprised.
I
Of
don't.
course.
Because Salah is on fire.
They'll be up there, but I don't think they'll challenge. I think Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal plays some good football, though. Arsenal plays some good football. Spurs.
Yeah.
People keep saying Spurs are, bottle jobs. They're still better than us. Bottle jobs are not.
Yeah.
At least they're bottling, trying to win a title. What are we
Great
bottling?
chances.
Third and fourth spot?
They're top of the league.
Yeah, see what I mean? And hang on, isn't this guy been there only, 5 months? A new
Yeah.
manager,
it's
right?
It's his first
So
season.
how is he able to get a new team of players he's never worked with before to deliver that kind of performance week in, week
And
out?
lost their best players. Kane.
That's what
So
he was
how's
saying.
that? Tell me how that's possible. To me, I don't get it.
But it shows you the job Levy's done and the way the clubs run. The clubs run. Although like everyone, this is Levy. The clubs run in the right way and they do what's best for the club, not what's best for the owners or best for the players. They're well run. Look at the new stadium. Look at the training grounds. They've got the best in a lot of things. Whereas we still living off history.
We are living on history, and that's where a lot of United fans need to come out of that delusion, because we're still living on the Fergie days. No, they ain't coming back, mate. We are
No, they're
done.
not.
I can't see us winning a title in the next 5 years. I really just can't.
Yeah, unless something drastic happens. You remember Liverpool went 30 years before they won the league again. If we're not careful, that could be us.
Oh,
If
yeah.
Liverpool were like Man United back in the day, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until
Growing up, Liverpool was the Man City. I mean, Man City
it.
couldn't even hold a light to them. Liverpool was that dominant.
Yeah,
They won. The season was over by
Champions
December.
League
They won.
titles as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
winning Champions League titles.
And those days, only the winner of the league participated. No second, none of that. Second person went to UEFA. So you had first going to the league, Champions League, second UEFA, FA Cup winner goes to Cup Winners' Cup.
Oh yeah,
the FA Cup winner goes there. So those were the three major trophies. But they merged FA Cup and UEFA into Europa. But only the winners of the leagues ran Europe. So you're playing the best of the best.
The best of the best.
Not runners up and third place. Nah. It was straight knockout. No league format. It was straight knockout.
Wow.
You know? And Liverpool, you could call it knockout, but they still did their job.
Yeah.
They still did what needed to be done. They were a dominant force. English League, the only few teams that opposed them then were Everton, Aston Villa, that won the league titles in between those. After that, it was just pure Liverpool all the way. Till His Highness came, Alex Ferguson. And it took him 6 years to win the first league title in '93.
That's what I'm saying. So Ten Hag needs to he needs to read Fergie's book, boy. It is to, because the funny thing is, guys, we can't even sack Ten Hag. We don't have the money to pay him off. We needed 6 million to add to what we have to buy Amrabat. We couldn't even find 10 million or so. We had to sell some academy kids.
Did he sign a new contract? Remember they were talking about giving him a new contract. Did he ever sign it?
No,
they haven't given it yet.
We had to sell Elanga and all these academy graduates.
How is he doing?
Elanga, he's set up. He played well. I think he's doing all right. He doesn't play all the games though. He doesn't start a lot of games. He comes off the bench. Yeah.
I mean,
so we can't sack the manager. If we sack him, we can't pay him off because he's got 2 years left. Is it 2 years left? Yeah, 2 years left on his contract.
We only did you know it was 2 years ago with they finished off? They just finished paying off Van Gaal and Mourinho. Oh God, these guys are just jokers, I swear. But
and you get a new manager. People are saying Hansi Flick. You get Hansi Flick in. He's gonna want something. He's gonna want 1 or 2 big signings. We don't have the money for that.
But Erik ten Hag as a manager now, he needs to ask himself: does he have? I can't say if he doesn't have the right players, but what he wants them to do. Can these players do it? Can they carry these structures out? Because obviously they don't seem to understand what he wants to do.
That's the worrying thing. When he said that they can't do what Ajax. When he said that,
they asked him that question. Someone said they asked him that question.
Oh, you shouldn't be saying this. If you think that, that's one thing. But saying that, they'll never play like Ajax. I was like, ooh.
That was cold. Someone said the press asked why they're not seeing the Ajax football here, and they said it's a different set of players. I think he just destroyed United. Yeah, a little bit.
I think he's throwing a grenade in by saying what he said.
Boy, he needs to be careful because everything he says now will be.
Oh yes, they are looking at it, and the vultures are starting to circle.
That's it.
You're talking about Graham Potter.
If Ten Hag is smart, what he will do, like I said, is to say, okay, these players, I'm going to start bringing in players from the academy, the likes of Kobe Mainoo and all that, and let me try and get them to play the Ajax way. Yeah, if we lose 1 or 2 games, but at least people can start to see what we're doing. You know, in the big games, I'll bring in Casemiro, but in some of the games, maybe after 60 minutes, take off Rashford, bring on Garnacho, take off Bruno, bring on Ahmad when he's fit. You know, bring on Ahmad. Ahmad's a good number 10. Look, he did well at Sunderland.
He was a top man there.
Yeah, let's try to pass the ball, keep possession, and let's show what. And then at least you're building a team for the future. And then people could go, oh, okay, yeah, We can see what he's doing. He's building for 2 years' time or 3 years' time. He doesn't have the players to do it now. But right now, there's nothing. There's no plan. Everyone's like, hoof the ball. Bruno gets the ball, hoofs it first time.
To
The
the
chance
left.
we got, that big chance McTominay got, it wasn't like we created something. It was just one hoofed ball. Someone
Yeah.
passed the ball to Rashford and he hoofed.
And,
He just
and
went to the
McTominay,
front
if he
and
had put that ball anywhere low, that was going in. He played it straight.
yeah, he played it straight.
But after that, did you see him again?
No,
Yeah.
he went to bed.
That's what I'm saying. This is it.
Ah,
But a lot of fans, because of what he did against Brentford, you know, he scored against Sheffield United or whatever. Oh,
yeah,
he was horrible. I'm
it
sorry,
was
he
horrible. And
was
he's giving away
horrible.
penalties he's giving away 2 penalties in 3 games. You know, one against Brentford, one against Copenhagen. So
The guy's playing for a move.
what
Guy's
is
playing
he
for a move.
what is he doing? Yeah. I don't know.
Gentlemen,
Let's see.
any questions? Any more questions?
Because you heard that Newcastle were linked with him, and apparently in January they're gonna maybe come in for him again.
Yeah,
He'll
let him
suit
go.
Newcastle.
Yeah. I think you do well. Again, these players, when they go, if he goes to somewhere where there's a system and he plays in that, he'll be fine. The problem with United is we don't have a system.
Mm-mm.
That's
That's
the
the
problem.
problem.
So when players come in, they don't know what they're doing because there's no
And like
system.
Kate said, that's why
Yeah.
Mount is struggling. I don't think Mount is not that player. Mount needs a certain, okay, you're going to play this. This is how you play. This is not the team he's going to be doing that. No. He's lost. You can see he's lost. He doesn't even know where he is. I don't think he even knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Because yesterday on Sunday, I didn't even see him.
Yeah, I didn't see him. He didn't. I didn't even touch the ball.
And he's wearing number 7. So I mean, so
Madness.
it is what it is. But you know, we shall see tomorrow if they could beat
Yeah.
Newcastle, because Newcastle want revenge for the Carabao final. So we'll see how that pans out. And
Yep.
Fulham, I don't even know. I have nothing to say for Fulham. I'll take one. It's one game at a time. With this team, one game at a time. I look at the lineup tomorrow. Then we see. Okay, we'll see if it could be Fulham. But it is what it is. But gentlemen, I appreciate your time. UK, Kay, and Ken, thank you very much for joining us today on our show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Man United decisions, Man United selections is something Eric Ten Hag needs to fix. We'll see you guys on the next one. Guys, take care and have a great evening. Thank you, guys.
You too.
Take
Take care,
care.
guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Bye.